Greetings Slackers, September Man here with another video, and in this video today I wanted to continue where I left off about time, because one of the complaints that I hear a lot of people making today is about, they wish that they had more time. They just wish that they could have more time to spend with their family, to spend with their friends, to engage in the things that they like to do. And I know I'm one of them. Going to work full time and having to work a full day really takes a lot out of you. I don't care. Well, let me put it this way. If you're doing a job that relates to something that you like to do and you enjoy it, then the day goes by fast, and before you know it, you're back at home. It really wasn't any stress because you enjoy your job. But when you enjoy something that you don't really enjoy, and you know, it's a drag, okay, just to get through this day. You dread going in and you can't wait to get off. And when you get off, it's like, man, I got X amount of time before I have to be back at this place again tomorrow. And so, if you look at it that way, well, yeah, there's a dread. But you start factoring in the amount of time that you have to go and do some work on yourself. That's if you're into self-improvement or, sports, working out at the gym, whatever it is. But a lot of people wish that they would have more time to themselves. And I remember years ago when I was doing a whole bunch of commuting, I would come home from work and I would go to the gym, work out for a little bit and everything, but it would take me almost 2 hours to get home. And I was really worn out by the time I got home just from the traffic. My day at work was enjoyable, but my commute, man, that sucked. And so you got a lot of people out here, they're commuting long distances, long hours, and I hear a lot out of parents, they wish that they could spend more time with their kids. They wish that they had the chance to just, it doesn't matter whether it was coloring in a coloring book or taking them to the park. They would just like to spend more time with their kids. And so in my last video, I was talking about time and the fact that you have what's really what we just celebrated was the corporate New Year. Now, why do I say it's the corporate New Year? Because when you start looking at the calendars and you got the Julian, you got the Gregorian, and you have several others. You start taking a look at these calendars and what they were based upon. Some were celebrating, the moon. Some were following the sun cycles, okay? And you had, like from the Pope and the Vatican, coordinate and basically centralize time, okay? And create a standard for what time is. And so, in a way, by giving us a standard, in a way that deprives us and robs us of our time and our timing, because we're all being synchronized to somebody else's clock for their benefit. It's just like every year, daylight savings time, right? They move the day and the hours up by 1 hour, therefore giving you the illusion of a longer day because it's taking a longer time for the sun to set. Well, when I was in California, they used to do this a lot. Ever since I come here to Arizona, it's different. They don't celebrate daylight savings time. And I like that, okay? The year is consistent. There is no change, no erratic change. And there's been a number of articles that have come out talking about how damaging to your health daylight savings time is, because it, interacts with the circadian rhythm, which that's all set by the sun, and it going down, going from serotonin to melatonin to go to sleep. Anyways, I'm just dropping a bunch of facts and different things that I gathered myself to understand this, but I've come to the conclusion on my own. We are all being robbed of time. And it's time for us to get our time back. But how do we do that? Each day you get up and you go to work, you're putting in time on somebody else's clock. If you work a job and you are trying to work a side hustle where you're going to work and putting in work on somebody's clock, and then you're trying to come home and maximize your time and work for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. But between paying of bills and the cost of living, and look at all this stuff that's coming out. People are living in their cars up in Silicon Valley. They're making good money, but not enough to be able to afford a home. The cost of living is getting more expensive, And so, I know that this would sound negative to some, but it's reality. And when we realize reality, we got to walk away with the question of, well, what do we do about it? Do we signal and tell others, hey, here's what's going on, and try to come up with a solution for how we can make things better for us? Because as it stands, again, you're getting robbed of your time. Somebody's taking your time. I figured out who's taking mine, and I'm taking mine back. And I hope that you will take yours back too in this new year of 2018. Find out those things that, distract you and minimize them. Turn off your phone and get away from social media if that's a draw for you. Stop hanging around friends who are not really about anything. If you're trying to get somewhere and all they want to do is party, you got a choice to make. Do I let myself go to this party and get wasted and waste that time? Yeah, I'm laughing and talking and maybe getting to know somebody, or I'm having a good time. But, hey, maybe I need to work on something that's going to help support me in the future. That's what your time is for. So I just wanted to give you that, and I'll go ahead and end the video right there. What are your thoughts on time? There's a whole lot more I could tell you, and in fact, I'm going to be telling you a whole lot more about time and different things that I figured out. I've been lucky to learn about. It's time that we get our time back. Stop letting others steal your time. Stop letting other things waste your time. That's what time it is. And I'm September Man for this video. I'll catch you in the next one.